Hey there, Dr. Mark here. I've built a $1 million business around the objective side of nutrition, which is tracking calories and macronutrients. Why? Because it works. When people monitor what they're eating and they monitor their food intake, tracking what they eat towards some targets that fall in line with their goals, it can be super effective when it comes to weight loss and muscle gain, and educating your clients on how to eat. But if you've been in nutrition coaching for some time now, you know that getting your clients to track their calories and macronutrients can be challenging to get your client to follow them well enough, especially if you're just prescribing those numbers alone, can be challenging for your client to follow and stick to well enough accurately and consistently to see results. This is why meal plans can be a helpful tool for nutrition coaches and personal trainers, because they give your client an idea of what to eat, which allows them to stay on track and learn more about their food through this experience, which is why I have a special guest who's going to show you exactly how to do that today.
Hey everyone, Coach Josie here, and today I will be reviewing and demoing the meal planning and tracking software Eat This Much. Over the last few months, I have been testing and reviewing countless meal planning and nutrition tracking apps to see what will work best for coaches. And let me tell you, when they say you have to kiss a few frogs before you find your prince, they were not kidding. As a coach myself, I had pretty high standards and expectations for the softwares I was reviewing. And I'm happy to say that Eat This Much has passed all of my checks, and I'm so excited to share these features with you today. Today, I'm going to share with you why I love this software for coaching your clients, and even follow a day of eating from the client's perspective to see how it all works together. By the end of this review, you'll have a full idea of how this software works. You can sign up for Eat This Much at the link in the description below and get a 14-day free trial to test it out. All right, so first, let's talk about my first impressions of Eat This Much and why I liked it so much. Eat This Much is a meal planning and nutrition tracking tool. And the really special part about Eat This Much compared to other softwares and apps is it actually takes your client's nutritional needs and auto-generates meal plans and food suggestions for them based on their calories and macros. This means you no longer have to waste a bunch of time coming up with recipes and meal plans for your clients. Eat This Much does this automatically for you in seconds. Now, there are two versions of Eat This Much. There is a user version, which comes with a free option and a premium option at $5 a month. With the user version, you have a lot of great features. You can still create auto-generated meal plans, add recipes, and download and share PDF versions of these meal plans with your clients. From my research, I've found that some trainers and coaches use the user version of Eat This Much exclusively to deliver meal plans to their clients. But today we are going to be reviewing the professional plan from Eat This Much, which is designed specifically for online nutrition coaches with online businesses. The pro version of Eat This Much offers so many different features that are not included in the normal user version, including app access to clients, custom branding, the ability to completely customize your client's plan, and so much more. When I signed up for the professional version of Eat This Much, my initial reaction was, wow, this is so easy to use, which was a relief. With some of the softwares I was testing before Eat This Much, I had to watch the full demos of how to use the software, and I had to contact the help desk multiple times, making it very frustrating to figure out how to create meal plans for my clients. But with Eat This Much, I didn't have to do any of that. I was able to log in right away and start quickly creating meal plans for my clients. The other thing I was really impressed by was the flexibility and customization options that are in Eat This Much. All of us coaches are going to use a meal planning software very differently. Some coaches may want general recipes generated very quickly, while others may want to add their own recipes or have more control around what their client is eating. And luckily, both of these options are very easy to do within Eat This Much. The fastest way to get started is to have Eat This Much automatically generate a meal plan for your client. This meal plan will be based off the specific macronutrient and calorie recommendations you set for your client. You can have your client's meal plan generated in minutes, and you can easily make swaps for ingredients or recipes if you need to. Now, if you're someone like me who wants a little bit more control over the ingredients and the foods that your clients are eating, you can easily do this by creating a meal plan template that you can subscribe to your clients' plans. For my business specifically, my clients know me as a volume eating fan. So I was able to go in and quickly create a meal plan template with all of my favorite volume eating recipes that I could schedule in for my clients throughout their week. While it might seem time consuming to be manually entering in the recipes, I actually found it to be super easy. The food database was really accurate. They had a big variety of different foods, and creating one recipe took me less than 3 minutes. And once I have them all saved, I was able to favorite them all and easily access them when I was trying to input that into my either meal plan template or a client's plan. Another really cool feature here is you can actually take a link from a recipe online that you found and import it directly into Eat This Much, and it will go ahead and automatically create that recipe for you to start assigning to your clients. Setting up meal plans is so quick and easy, which was my top criteria that I was grading each meal plan software off of. But beyond that, Eat This Much has a lot of other amazing features that are going to be really helpful when you're creating plans for your clients that I want to cover. The first is the grocery list feature. Eat This Much will actually take the planned recipes that are in your meal plan and divvy up all the ingredients and create a whole grocery list for your clients to take to the store with them. It's super cool. And this is game changing because you no longer need to write out grocery lists yourself or require your clients to sift through recipes to create their list. It's done automatically for them. The second feature I love was the food exclusions feature. If you have a client that has specific dietary guidelines or you don't want certain foods in your client's plans, you can go through and manually exclude these food items, and Eat This Much will no longer generate meals with those ingredients in them. So when I was creating my test meal plan for myself, I went through and actually excluded all fish products. Nothing against fish, I just don't know how to cook it. And I was able to exclude mayo because it just creeps me out. So I took that out, and all the meals that were generated fit that criteria. And I love this feature because if you've ever had a picky eater client or a client with certain dietary restrictions, you don't have to go through and alter all of your recipes or meal plans to fit their needs. It's done automatically for you. And beyond that, Eat This Much has tons of customization options for your clients' plans. You can program in higher or lower calorie days to macro or calorie cycle clients. You can filter out recipes by cost, the time to cook them, etc. You can add in as many meals or as little meals as you would like in your client's plan. And you can even instruct clients to have leftovers and plan in when those leftover meals will take place. So that's a general overview of my first impressions for Eat This Much. Honestly, I was blown away again by how easy it was to use and that it had all the features that I would actually use as a coach, and it was super easy to figure out where they were and use them in my meal plans I was creating. But I wanted to take my experiment a little bit further and actually test this out as if I was a client using the Eat This Much app. I began by setting myself up as a client and plugging in my own sample meal plan I had created with my favorite recipes, as well as a few of the auto-generated recipes to see if they taste good.
Hi, so I am about to go grocery shopping to prep myself for this test day I'm doing tomorrow. I just went through the list and marked out all the things I already had for my test day. And so now my grocery list is super simple to follow. So I really do like that feature. I'm trying to think of a negative with it because to every positive, there's a negative. The one negative I can think of is that your grocery list is going to give you certain brands. So when you are, instructing clients to follow the grocery list, it might be a good idea if you couldn't find a specific item or maybe their store has different items to just find something with a similar macro and calorie count to make sure that things are all good to go. But for my uses, this isn't too big of a deal. So I'm just gonna go to the store, grab the couple of items, and then we'll start making these foods and testing it out. So far, so good. Okay, so I just got back from the grocery store and I was using the Eat This Much app to do my grocery shopping. And it was super simple. It was, a cut and dry grocery run. There wasn't too much to talk about. But the one thing that I really liked about the app that I didn't even consider when I was looking at it before I left was it organizes all the food items by what section of the grocery store you are going to be shopping in. So all the dairy is in a dairy list, the produce is in a produce list. So it's super easy to navigate the list while you're going throughout the store. You're not jumping all over the place. So that's a huge pro. And I'm so glad that they thought about that.
Now that I had all my groceries and I found that whole process extremely simple, it was time to test out the meals that I had actually generated and do my full day of eating. Overall, following the meal plan and tracking with Eat This Much was super easy to do. All the ingredients were listed with the prep instructions, and once I was done eating, I was able to just checkbox to indicate that I had eaten my meal for that day. Now, like I mentioned, most of the recipes that I had put in my meal plan were actually recipes that I eat quite often, and this just makes it easier for me to go throughout my day. but I did want to test one of their auto-generated recipes to see if it was any good and to see how easy it was to make, all that good stuff. And I will say I was very pleasantly surprised. The recipe that I chose was the easy teriyaki grilled chicken with roasted vegetables as a side. I'm not gonna lie, when I first saw the title, I was a little intimidated, but this was actually really easy to prepare. There weren't a ton of ingredients and the prep time didn't take long at all, which for my skill level of cooking is perfect. Overall, I was really impressed by the client's perspective of Eat This Much, and there isn't really anything that I would change or add, to be completely honest. The one suggestion that I would make if you have a client that's like me that isn't very skilled in the kitchen or doesn't have a ton of time to cook, you may want to sift through the recipes and favorite some of the easier recipes to make with less ingredients that take less time to suggest to these clients, as some of the recipes are a bit more complicated and require more skill in the kitchen, more ingredients, etc. So it's just a good idea to be aware of the recipes that are in the Eat This Much system. As a coach, my favorite feature was definitely the ability to easily create custom meal plan templates that I can easily subscribe to a client's plan. As a coach, I could see myself using this with so many clients, and it would streamline my coaching process, and it would add so much value to the service that I'm already providing to my clients. And that was my experience with Eat This Much. I was highly impressed by the interface for both the client and the coach. And if you are a coach that wants to provide meal plans, or you already do and want to streamline the process, I would totally recommend the pro version of Eat This Much to start doing that. Now, speaking of investment, the Eat This Much professional software that I reviewed today is not free. The subscription for the pro version costs about $100 a month or $80 a month if you're billed quarterly. Now, I totally understand there may be some sticker shock there. But when you think of the enhancements to your coaching service this software will provide, as well as the time saved from not manually creating meal plans, it's a totally worthwhile investment in my opinion, especially if you are planning on making multiple 5 figures or even 6 figures a year with your coaching business. This is really a small price to pay to improve your service and to get your clients better results. And Eat This Much provides a 14-day free trial period if you want to test this software out before you fully commit. If you are interested in trying out Eat This Much for that 14-day window, go ahead and use the affiliate link we have in the description below to try it out. Lastly, if you want to have free access to Eat This Much, you can still generate meal plans and share PDFs with clients using the free user version. You just won't get the pro features like the custom app for each client and all the other customizations that the pro plan has. And that's my review of Eat This Much. It is very rare that I have this positive of an experience the first time I'm using an app or a software. Like, very rare. So shout out to the Eat This Much team for developing such a well-rounded app and really keeping us coaches and our clients in mind when you were developing this software. Back to you, Mark.
There you have it, folks. If you're a coach looking to give a meal plan to your clients, you can use a tool like Eat This Much to save yourself time and provide a better service to your clients. But if you're really serious about starting a nutrition coaching business, the next thing I'll have you do is check out this video I've linked up right here. Let's get back to tracking. Watch me pick apart the pros and cons of the best MyFitnessPal alternatives. So make sure to check it out now, and I'll see you in the next video.